Hi there YouTube, Big G here again. It's Sunday morning, it's cold and blustery outside and the wife has gone off to church, so I decided I'll stick around and do another game review. And today I've decided on a game that I've thoroughly enjoyed, and yeah, I have it in front of me. It is Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising on the Game Boy Advance. A fantastic game. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I've actually finished this game, and yeah, you can see the cover in one of my homemade cases. And I highly recommend this game. Now, this game was developed in 2003 by Intelligent Systems, and it scored, it actually did very well for them. In 2003 it also won a handheld game of the year at the European Computer Trade Show. Metacritic gave it an 89%. As mentioned before, I'm a sucker for turn-based strategy games on the handheld systems, and this is definitely one of the best examples of that on the Game Boy Advance. So far I would rate it as one of the better games that I've played on the Game Boy Advance, and I highly recommend it. I'm going to show you a brief demonstration of the gameplay, but if you can get your hands on it, do so, you won't regret it. Okay, I've booted up the Game Boy, and I've put the game in the war room mode. So basically I just want to play a single mission stage. It's going to be the easiest way to demonstrate what type of gameplay is involved. And the first thing that you'll see is that you can actually choose your different maps that you want to play. I'm just going to choose one at random just to give you a brief example of it. Yeah, you can see your different commanding officers. Now each commanding officer has different skills, and if you have a look here at Andy, you can see he's holding the spanner in his hand, so it gives you an indication what his special abilities are. And it says there, Andy, a mechanical boy, wonder, impulsive to fault, he's fiercely protected of friends, hit, mechanics, miss, waking up early, he's proficient with, and here it gives you some of his advantages, proficient with air, sea and land units, ready to fight whenever. And what is his special ability? Each commanding officer has a special ability. If you activate the special, and that is stage 1 of his special ability, Hyper Repair, restore 2 hit points to all units. And if you do his Hyper Upgrade, which is his main special, it restores 5 hit points to all units, firepower rises, and unit movement increases. So different missions require different commanding officers, and that's part of the strategy. So I'm going to just go with Andy here. I'm going to choose Andy. Okay, and let's go. Let's get into the mission. Firstly, you can see the map with the different units, and you can move around the map much like the other turn-based strategy games. This is just a small map, and you have your different buildings. The first one I'm having a look at there, I can actually produce units. That is your headquarters, and you can see being turn-based, you need to do as much as you possibly can with the number of moves that are available to you. And I'm going to be building infantry units. Why? So that I can capture buildings. And a mechanical unit. And that's as much funds as I can actually use. Looking at this screen, you can see the different units that can be produced. Each one will give you, as I scroll over it, it'll be able to see if I can produce, for instance, this recon unit. It'll give you the movements. What sort of firepower it has, what it can actually attack, and that's about it that I can do. And I'm going to end my turn. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and capture buildings. The more buildings I capture, the more resources I get. The more resources I have, the better. Let me grab a recon unit, and that's about it I can do again for this turn. This is a very basic map, and you can see the computer player is doing very much the same. I found the AI to be good. Every map is beatable. Some of the later maps in the campaign are quite challenging, and we're going to take a couple of tries to actually finish them. And you can see there I've captured a building. I'm just going to move this unit further on, and let me get this recon unit. You can see it has a lot of, being a recon unit, its movements are a lot greater than the rest. Let me capture that. Let's see if I can build a tank yet. No, not yet. And let me just end the turn there. Okay, day 4. And let me just show you quickly what the combat is like. I can't attack him yet. It would show me if I could attack him, but I'm going to move closer. Oh, there we are, I can attack him. And it gives one, I'm next to that unit over there. It brings up the fire menu. I'm going to actually attack it. Now, it's going to give you a bit of a breakdown here. That unit that I'm attacking is in a city, hence its defense is going to be quite high. And it would then be able to cause more damage to my unit. Okay, I didn't lose any units there, so I did pretty well. And let's just move one of these. That's a brief background to the mechanics. I'm going to load up one of the more advanced games just to show you how detailed the game actually gets. Okay, I've loaded up one of the campaign save games. One of the stages that's a lot further on in the actual campaign. Just to show you the size of the game maps. You can see it's large. And they vary in size. And in this particular campaign, I am the green side. I have allies which are red and blue. And yeah, you can see I'm trying to get through this barrier, or in this particular one, and I'm going to fire and see if I can get through. Not yet. And there I was busy capturing. And you can see I've destroyed it. I can actually now move through that barrier. There we are. So there I can get this troop through and at the same time attack them on the other side. Now that I've made a shortcut, I can mass my troops and do a blitzkrieg through that opening. And another thing you can see here, the actual buildings, as you get further into the game, there I've got an airport, so I can produce different aircraft, as well as the number of troops and the variety of them start getting pretty advanced. You can see if I have a look at the enemy troops, they've got it almost looks like something out of Star Wars, a big one of those big walkers. Overall, the game has good AI. Sometimes you're going to have to replay a campaign or a mission over and over and over in order to find out what the right strategy is in order for you to actually conquer it. But in summing up the game, guys, give it a go. It is a real enjoyable turn-based strategy game. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've played it right through from start to finish. There's good variety. It's going to keep you hooked until you finish it. And replayability is great as well. I also find I come back and I play the single missions. So it's well worthwhile getting your hands on. I hope you enjoy that. So on the Big G Gameometer, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10, and it deserves that. Cheers, guys.